is Wagari.
My name is Shiro.
My name is Eunice, aka Mama Jessie Kwe Gweth.
I am a mom of two amazing girls.
I've been a mom for 7 years to 2 handsome boys and a beautiful girl.
I'm a mom of 2, been mothering for 10 years.
I have been a mom for 7 years, come this March. I am a lover of life.
I've been a mom for 7 years. I have 3 strong boys. I'm unconventional. I get my mom juice from prayer and my moms.
I am an explorer in nature, and my mom juice comes from God, prayer, and the sisterhood of moms.
I am a free spirit. I like to go with the flow, and I get my mom juice from prayer.
My mom's strength comes from God and, the environment, my village, Karibuni Mam Nation. We're a group of 5 amazing mothers in different stages of our motherhood journeys, here to share what motherhood is like for us and hoping to share that to also hear about your motherhood journeys. Karibuni Mam Nation. When you became a mom, what's the first thing that changed for each and every one of us? Like what experiences, like what was the, oh my God, I'm a mother, like for instance, the body addition factors, so today we're discussing what changed when we became moms. What are some of the significant things we went through as ladies that were like, okay, this is new, and maybe you had heard about them in a baby shower or from your mommy and other women in your life who are moms, or they were just shock and horror. Lo and behold. Yeah, so maybe you can start with the uni.
Okay, for me, my whole perspective in life changed. I am more careful now with everything. What I eat, how I drive, where I go. I'm more careful with the risks that I take at the moment. Because suddenly I realized that there's this person who just depends on me. 100%, I'm everything to them. And I realized, actually, somebody actually needs me to be here. So I must be very careful with everything that I do so that this person will always have me here. Also, physically, things changed. As we're saying, the boobs. I have suffered. For me, it's not been a positive change. That is me personally, because with every child, I have 3 kids. With every child, the boob size just kept expanding, and really it became a task because I have to keep changing bra size and I have to keep buying new bras. And ladies, we all know that, yeah, that's another thing. You can't keep buying things. That also changed, because even when I go to the shops to buy for myself a bra, I'll tend to look at the rompers, the kids' clothes. So sometimes I will go with the intention of buying 3 bras and probably come out with none. If I come out maybe with 1, if I'm lucky. Yeah, so you see, again, I can't just keep buying things. there are so many things that change. How about you, Shiro?
I think, of course, everything changed. And you forget yourself. You forget yourself because, one, this child completely depends on you. And so all the things that you used to do prior to getting a baby, like I used to read, I used to like going, for walks, doing a lot of outdoor stuff. All of that stuff just stopped for a bit. And it's only recently, now with after my second born, that I started realizing I'm lost.
Getting yourself.
I'm lost somewhere. And I was asked, a friend of mine asked me, a parent asked me in school, so tell me about yourself. So quickly I went into, I'm a mom of 2, I'm a degree word. She's like, that's not you. That's not you. And that really struck me, and I was like, wow, so what did I used to do before? And what did and why have I stopped? So I realized that you really stop, you really forget about yourself, and it has to be so intentional for you to keep yourself true to yourself.
But also because now you kind of, yes, you take a back seat, and like Eunice has said, even buying yourself something becomes like number 20 on the list after all your kids need new clothes, they need what you who needs maybe a new top so that you can also feel better about yourself, you will get that top after a couple of more, those ones.
Yeah, but
and
those
also
things don't end. It's school
Yeah,
fees.
yeah.
It's
It never ends.
It's reward. It's always there's always something coming.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to forget.
Yeah, it is. And even I can identify with, like, you lose yourself because you read, then after a while, I mean, I think it's also a season because then you're focusing on these children, and then there reaches a point where you have more time to yourself because now the kids are becoming more independent. They don't need you as much. So then you start to realize, oh, what did I used to do before the children came? Yeah.
Or also you're left at the place for, gosh, no one needs me.
Yeah, no one needs me anymore.
You're like, okay, need
Yeah.
me, want me, like,
Yeah.
And then maybe that's when the baby back hits. You go
Yeah.
looking for another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also because now you're focusing on these children so much, then also you realize that your relationships change.
Yeah.
Or the friends that you had
yeah.
before you became a mom,
Yeah.
you have a disconnect because you're not available for plans or spontaneous plans of let's go to Naivasha, and you're like, I can't.
No, even let's just go out for lunch, and you're like, is that place baby friendly? And where will I leave the kids? If it's on a Sunday, the nanny is off. So, like, for me, Sunday plans don't work.
And then plus
They don't
sometimes relationships, you want to hang out with your girlfriends without being called mama 1,000 times in an hour. you know? So it changes. You end up hanging out, like plans that work now, the more you're inclined to are the ones with other moms with babies. Yeah.
And also with that, then you form new friendships because of because of now you're a mom. For example, us guys, but these are not new friendships. But
We are closer.
Yeah, we're closer now. But also you realize even on Facebook, for example, there are those mamas who come together because we're delivering on this month. And there are friendships that have been formed because of that, because our children are growing together, and that's something that has come up.
Do you miss being in the bathroom
By yourself.
Yeah. With that nice book, doing your thing, or even just taking that long shower without mom, and they can even push the door open. And again, sometimes you don't even want to lock yourself in the bathroom because you might have to dash out. Do you miss that?
No, because my children are big. I currently do that.
But before you got there,
I'm telling you, even going to the bathroom was for Jesus. Jesus, thank you. Because they break, because especially when they are young, there's so much to do.
But the irony of the bathroom story is, again, when you get the chance to go to the bathroom, you're the one who's rushing because you always feel like they're calling you, or like especially when you have little babies. You immediately enter the shower, that's when in your head you feel like the child is crying. And maybe they're not crying. So. And
especially when they're newborns, you just get you're having a quick 5-minute shower so that So the baby
when I had my first baby, I remember that first week when we were home, so my husband was home, so I told him, I have to go to the bathroom. I have to go for a long call. So take the baby, because he was awake. And he looked at me like, how? I'm like, just carry the baby. He's like, you can't go with him? I'm like, no, I can't. No, to the toilet. I'm like, I can't. Just take and I think he felt like the baby's manipulating him, because when I came back, he's like, when you went, this baby was looking at me. He smiled, then he looked at me, then he cried. I'm like, he can't even see you. How could he have smiled and cried at you?
But that's another thing that has changed with motherhood, is that kid has gone. Is that you're expected to know everything. Everybody thinks you know everything. Why is the baby crying?
They all look at you.
Why is the baby crying? Even me, tell me so that I help the baby.
As in, if you knew the baby would not, the baby would not be crying.
And that's a reason a lot of us go through a lot of depression after, because the fact that we think and then if you don't reach out, if you don't look for help, if you don't have a mom community that, imagine we all don't know, we are guessing through this thing, even winning and do it, like it's all a guesswork. If you don't reach out, or if you don't find people who you can talk to, then you end up in in a depressed or postpartum state because of that. Because the assumption is when you become a mother,
You know
and
everything.
for me especially being a second time mom, that was harder than first time mom.
Wow.
Because first time mom, everyone was there,
Yeah, you had a lot of support.
I had a sunlight, there's my mother, the following day my mom-in-law, the following day my sister, like they used to come every day. There was someone helping me. Like I don't even think I watched my baby in the first. There was a neighbor who was a very good friend of mine. Second baby, people just I mean, you're a veteran. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You haven't been a mom to 2 children. You know, you have like a 3-year-old, a newborn, so it's also new, and it was so lonely, especially being expected that I should know what I'm doing, and half the time I didn't know. But thank
So you
God,
grew up.
I grew up.
Yeah.
Adulting becomes real as a mother.
So fast. And also, once you become a mom, one of the things that happened to me when I became a mom is that my boob size increased.
For you.
Wow.
Yeah, because
Take some.
because I was very small before I got my baby. So I'm a mom of 3. So by the time my firstborn was coming, I was like, wow, I can do this. So that's one positive body change that happened. But also with my firstborn, I lost a lot of weight. And it was probably because one, I was working out a lot before I delivered. And then our firstborn was a preemie. So I think that was also stressful. So I was very small by the time our firstborn came. Yeah.
Oh, by the time of delivery.
After.
Oh, after. Okay.
Yeah, Carrie used to be so small.
Yeah. Of course, the good things that happen when you become a mom are, like, you become sober in terms of finances. Now,
I'm looking for that. So
Yeah, you're looking for that soberness.
I feel like when you have fees and data and
Yeah,
rent,
okay, yeah, you
and
become-
you see now you just can't
become
live anywhere.
organized.
When it was you alone, you could shack up. You could even
Yeah.
live with a friend.
Yeah.
You could go back home. Like
So say that maybe that
You become adults.
you become an adult and you have to plan.
and you have to
Or that
plan.
you become more structured.
You
Because
become more structured.
when
yeah.
the children are not in the house,
Yeah.
you know there'll be no food.
Yes.
Shows.
Yes.
When they're not at home,
Drink tea and
yeah,
bread.
you have tea and chapati and go to bed and you're okay. But when
But
the children are there,
there's
you
fruits,
have to
there's
have
yogurt,
yeah.
there's and
Yeah.
so I feel like financially
You become more
you
sober.
sober up, and then when they're young it's fine, like they're eating off your boobs and eating this little food.
Yes.
When you start paying fee, now another level of adulting checks in,
Yeah.
and more sobriety financially comes in.
Yeah, you
So I
plan
think
better.
for me that was a good thing.
Okay.
I think that I've had to think about activities for them to do. So, well, based on how I was brought up also, because we used to go swimming a lot. My dad really used to be into sports, so we tried tennis and we tried this. So of course I'm already there thinking, okay, so how do I make these people busy? Because kids must be busy.
Yeah.
Well, not all the time. I mean, I learned that si lazima.
Lazima.
Because we used to be made, yani we had schedules upon schedules, and by the time, I think the idea is, by the time they come home, you're finished. They're tired. I'm tired.
And I think that was
Tired.
the plan, because I think we should do that, because I mean the times now you're just like, you come like awajalala, you go back to the car. Niite wakilala. You know. Yeah, so that was a clever thing your folks did. Yeah.
So deliberately finding things for them to do.
Yeah.
Do you start finding things when they're young, or do you wait? Like, at what age should you start engaging?
Like, well, I don't know the answer to that, but I know that swimming is a big thing in our family. So when we go on holiday, there has to be a pool. So that means everybody has to swim. So swimming was one of those things that took priority. And you find that, riding bikes, the basic things that we did even when we were young. Now, with, schooling, there's chess, there's soccer, there's rugby. There's so many things, and I guess there's golf. So I think now it's just trying to figure out what works, and how to get discipline. Yeah, I think for me the reason why I get them to do stuff is to instill discipline, because that will teach them like process. It will teach them that I need to get better, or I like this game because, and so there are rules and regs around that particular sport. So it will give them some sort of structure. Like, okay, I missed one class, so I need to do something, catch up or something like that.
You make them constructive.
But also you realize that now you have to become more conscious about where you're going in terms of, for example, Sunday afternoon, you're like, okay, after church, where are we going to go? Somebody suggests a place, you're like, does it have a playground? What activities are there? Because most of the places that have family fun day just have like a bouncing castle and a trampoline and a clown that is going to scare the children. So you're like, this is not it. So I don't think that we have gotten, in Kenya, I don't think that we have gotten children's entertainment right. I think, there's still a lot to be done.
There's some places.
There's some places, but they're accountable.
They're accountable.
But then they're
maybe
also
they're not
pricey.
accessible to everyone.
And then they're pricey.
And then they're pricey. So like that place at either Village Market or the Hub, or even I think there's one at Next Gen, where you have to pay like for, I think 700 bob for the whole day or something like that. Okay, for us maybe it might make sense if you plan, but then you also have to be there. So you can't just
Drop
and go. But that's another thing that has changed.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can drop and go. I was about to say that you can drop and go.
like you Shukisha and
Unlike the grandparents, not the way the grandparents can take the kids and return.
Yeah.
You can't return to sender.
the kids are there. So even when you're going for these things, you just like, actually they're playing with balls and they're having such a good time. Then you ask yourself, can I be doing something else while they're doing this? Like running to the supermarket or doing some small errands. But you have to be there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Unless
we are doing
where
this.
you are has a minder.
Yeah.
Like those, some places have those minders that they'll take care of it. But still, unless if you're by yourself, you cannot do a quick dash to the supermarket and come back. Until now, let me do as these guys are playing. You can't do that.
Even going for shopping, like if you do shopping on the weekend, I have to plan myself. Even going to do my hair, I have to plan myself because I have to
You used to plan yourself even.
I could just walk into the supermarket any day. I walk into Nakumatt and do whatever I need to do on any particular day. As in, like if I want to go on a Sunday, I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
One is a toddler, the other one is a baby.
So
I'm
then you
thinking
don't
if
go
I'm
on
by my
Sunday?
That means
and that time the sugar is finished.
Yeah.
I have to
Then
plan.
people drink sugarless tea then.
They don't. In fact, that's very
You
good.
see, that's the thing. No, you see, that's the thing.
Sugar is bad for our health.
As you said, the way you plan, you're more organized financially.
Yeah.
You also must be just organized generally.
Yeah.
You must be quite organized.
Or even if you go with them to the supermarket, you have to have a list because it's going to be a quick
Shopping.
shop. We're picking milk, bread, and sugar. So what I do is that we make a list before we leave the house. What are we going to, so I get one of the older ones to write a list. Okay, we don't have milk, we don't have bread, we don't have sugar. Okay, so. And then we will recite the shopping list as we're going to the supermarket. What are we buying? Milk, bread, and sugar.
Yeah.
Okay, get into the supermarket, pick. So those things of, Mom, can I have? Can I get? I'm like, is it on our list? No. And because if they follow it, then I'll be like, okay, we can pick one thing for you guys to eat on the way in the can, whatever. Yeah, so it's a quick, but yes, you have to psychologically prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
I can't
for
go
the
with them
longest time, I never went to the supermarket with my kids because of that drama.
Yeah.
Of seeing kids you on top of the shelf, the father is holding. I was like, hey,
That's kind of
no, not doing it.
Me, I'm not about
I'm
that.
not about that. Because it was for, so I used to go after, like, for example, if I needed to do a run, was after they sleep.
Yeah.
Because now supermarkets used to close at 10 o'clock. Or they were 24 hours. There you are in your pajamas at 9:30 going to the supermarket to buy.
And you're thinking about that. You hide from your kids also, even when you want to eat something, like you want to eat cookies.
You eat after the
Or sweets. I know that. There's a day I wanted to drink a soda. So the kids were in the sitting room, so I'm like, they've eaten, they're okay. Then I was opening the door. My kid came running. Soda. I was just like, oh gosh. You have to hide even when you want to eat those things you don't want them to eat. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I have perfected the art of I can eat a Kit Kat and my kids are there from opening it. In the yes. There's just a way you open it.
It's not
Eating.
Wango will
It's
do
like they
a
can't
10, a 1 minute Kit Kat to let kids know in video.
Imagine, I perfected
You
that.
need to
art.
show us this.
Let me tell you. But talking about the tantrums in the supermarket, I feel like we go to the supermarket, your child should, when you're a parent, I feel like other parents are the ones who judge you when your child is having a tantrum. So we look at you like, can't you take care of your child?
Who's the mother of
Who's
that
the
child?
mother of that child?
instead of helping.
But how you
Or
going to
even
help?
just move on with your life.
No, but you know sometimes you
The
can
problem
see.
is-
You can suggest.
You just go up to that mom and ask them, how do you want me to help you? Because you know sometimes the baby might throw the tantrum when you're trying to push the trolley to the car or whatever. So ask them.
No, in the
how can I help?
supermarket.
In the supermarket.
Yes.
Yeah, but still.
But we always, people tend to judge like it's the mom
Yeah.
who's, like, you guys
You're a
are not
bad mom.
disciplining your child.
that's
So
another-
I feel you're about the life of, if you're having a bad tantrum day, you stay at home.
Stay at home.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. That's another positive thing that changed for me. I'm less judgy. Yeah, I'm less judgy. I
Only
don't.
when you're a mom.
Yeah,
After you've walked that
I can.
path.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, I don't judge the singles, the people who have not had kids, who are judging because they can't understand. They can't. Because even me, I just came to understand when I became a mom. That's the only way I could understand what
But
all
also,
this was.
on the flip side, there's that thing of being okay. You learn not to judge, but there's also the other extreme. You become very judgmental. Yeah, because you know here you have standards, you have things that you're trying to maintain. If nobody's going to be in this life, if nobody's trying to accept me the way I am with my 6 children, blah blah blah, then to hell with it. So there's an extreme. There's a thing of I don't care what you say, I don't care, blah blah blah. This is what I'm doing. But then at the same time, there's that thing of, okay, now she's a mom, maybe I go help her. On the thing about helping, I tried helping a mom on my recent travel with bags. She had bags and she had 2 kids. So I really empathized. I asked her, would you like some help? She said no. I was like, hey, power to you. But I think later on, when now we were in the bus, she was just like, yeah. Because she struggled. She had 2 bags and she had 2 small babies. And I was like, but yeah.
But you see also something, maybe her instant answer was no, so that you don't see me like a failure.
Yeah.
But imagine, we all need help.
Yeah, we do.
Accept the help.
Accept the help.
Accept the help.
Yeah.
Me, I've learned to also.
And also give the help. Give it
And give the help.
in a nice, you know.
I've learned to be accommodative of others, but I've also learned to accommodate myself in this situation I'm in. So that
Accommodate yourself.
yes, I have learned to accommodate myself. It's very hard. You may not even realize that you need to, because you have these high expectations of yourself, and also people have expectations of you as a mom. So you feel like you need to meet those expectations. For me, I don't need to meet any expectations. I have learned to accommodate myself in this situation I am in. So if I can accommodate you, I think I should start with accommodating myself. So that's what I've learned to do. So if I need help, if I ask you for help, I will accept your help gladly.
And also forgive yourself.
Yeah.
Because we don't know everything. We are going to make mistakes. All our children are different. So just forgive yourself. Even laugh about it. Yeah, and just forgive yourself.
And that's another thing. Children are different. They are not the same. And the rest of the world think they are the same. Even my own parents think they are the same.
But
You
you
should
know, our
be the
parents
same.
brought us up the same.
Yeah.
There was
we were not the same.
There was no difference.
Yeah, but we were not the
Yeah,
same.
we were not the same. But,
But
you
they
see, for
didn't
them,
know. They didn't know that
They-
personalities start from when you're young.
they possibly
Like at
did.
birth.
No, they
Or
possibly
they didn't
did.
respect it, or they didn't think in parenting it counts.
They possibly did. It's only, I think, for instance, they had more children, and so is the time to be able to manage personality A to 7. Yeah. And then there's also they were strapped for time. You know, there were more, white collar job. You're trying to get a means to an end. You know, it was working for something. It was.
Really, I feel like it's us who are in that stage for. We're the ones who mom and dad has to work. I feel like it was possible for mom to be at home and dad to work.
Oh, different, but
Yeah. Anyway, I agree. They didn't. We're practically saying the same thing. They didn't have the time to raise children within their different personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing I had to learn to do is to live with a nanny. You guys, that was the hardest thing ever.
That is a
Share the house
Yes, that is a topic.
with someone who is a stranger you've never, yani they're not related to you in any way. They work for you. Where I grew up, there were servants' quarters. Obviously, I can't afford. So now I had to live with this stranger in my house and leave them with my precious child.
Yes.
The most precious thing to me.
So you'd have just stopped working then and stay home with your precious child.
And then we eat what? Yeah, you see,
Work-life
work-life balance. Yeah, so you see, I had to
the
learn to
realities
do
of
that.
the 20th century.
Yeah, I had to learn to do that, and I learned that I really don't need to sleep for 8 hours. I don't need to sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah, sleep is for
And
the
I actually survived.
Sleep is for the weak, and our mothers, we are not weak.
Yeah.
sleep is for the weak.
I actually understand why mothers wake up at 4 a.m.
To
so
pray.
that by 6 they've opened your curtain. Shiro, you're
Yeah.
still sleeping.
And then they're
Yes,
upset that
Mommy's
you're sleeping.
holiday.
It's because they're upset that you're sleeping.
They call it
I
pleasant.
didn't know that I could wake up so many times in the night, feed somebody, take tea and something, and still go back to sleep.
And go back to work.
And go to work. I didn't know I could
But you
do
can
that.
catch up. That sleep will come.
Yeah, it catches
I
up.
prayed, come
They're
soon.
It's a Lucy.
I
They're
know.
growing. I think, ladies, we can wrap up our thankfully. We've enjoyed hanging out. I hope you've enjoyed our first discussion. There'll be very many of these. Motherhood is something that, never ends really. Some it starts planned, and others it's oops, here we are. And yeah, it never quite stops. So we hope to have a lot of this and more conversations with you guys. Yeah. This is why we say subscribe, like, share,
Comment.
comment down below.
Yeah, to hear from you.
Yeah, everywhere there. Thanks, guys.